What's up, WayBetter? Welcome to day 6 of our yoga game. So we've been working on our sun salutation A, our downward dog, our chaturangas, our lunges, and getting to sun salutation B. Hopefully you've been working on those things, and I can see you're doing a great job with those, but I have to kick it up a notch. I have to challenge you a little bit more because ultimately we're trying to get to our custom flow at the end of this challenge. So in order to get you there, I have to add new poses and new drills to make it a little bit harder, but also to enhance that balance, to enhance that strength, that mobility, that flexibility that we're trying to work towards. So let's get to it. What we'll need today are blocks. If you don't have blocks, you can use shoe boxes, anything you have around the house that are sturdy, that can hold up weight. So we'll place them at the top of the mat for now. The first pose we're going to be working on is pistol squats. So we're going to put the blocks about a foot behind us, and just starting off very gently, not pushing it too far. The first step to our pistol squat is a single leg chair pose. So we worked on normal chair pose in our sun salutation B. Now we're going to take it a step further and extend our right leg out. So just a nice single leg pistol squat. Right now you can feel the engagement in the quads. If you need a little more help with the balance, you can gently place that right foot down onto the ground, maybe just a big toe, but squeezing the quads together, pressing all corners of that left foot into the mat. That's going to help you gain that balance that you need to hold that pistol squat once we go a little bit lower. So from there, single leg chair, right leg extended, balancing on that left foot, feel the engagement in the left foot. You're always moving that left foot around to make sure you have that balance. Once we start to get a little bit lower, if you want to go that route, start to sit down, maybe about halfway, hold it there. Feel the engagement in the quads, feel the engagement in the hamstrings, feel the pushing into the ground of that left foot. But you're also still using that right leg as well. So squeezing the knees together, squeezing that right quad. If you want to take it a step further, we can go down. Now this is why we put the blocks about a foot behind us, because we're reaching towards those blocks so that we can get here. So we're sitting into the hips, pressing into the blocks, extending that leg out. You can still have that leg barely touching the ground if you like. But once we're pushing back up, we're pushing through that left heel, slightly leaning forward, and then coming back to where we started. So again, starting off, if you want to stop right here with the single leg chair, that's perfectly fine. If you want to take it about halfway down, that's good. If you want to go a little bit lower, try to find those blocks behind you, that's good. And then if you have the strength and want to try a little bit further, just going into your own pistol squat without any help, sitting down into the hips, into the heel, keeping that left leg engaged, keeping that right leg extended, using the core, and then pressing from there. So that's our pistol squat. We can work on drills in those pistol squats, maybe repping those out each time. So if we want to put ourselves to the test, maybe do about 6 each leg. And you can do them just right here with your single leg chair. Or if you want to take it lower, pressing up, lower, pressing up. You're going to feel the burn through both quads, but doing both sides is going to ultimately help with balance on each side. I know when we do certain poses, our balance on one leg feels a little different than the other. So this is a way that you can kind of even the playing field on both sides. So just to even it out for us right now, let's do the right leg. Single leg chair if you'd like, or you can go a little bit lower. Or you can go all the way down. See, so the right leg feels a little bit different to me. I'm more comfortable with my left leg. And then pressing through the heel, coming up. And up. Make sure you use the breath. Try to stay calm, keep the mind focused. Maybe finding something to stare at out in front of you. And up. So, great way to add a little bit more balance into the mix. You can work those into your sun salutation B if you'd like. So let's just do one round of those. Nice fun way to play around with it. So if you remember sun salutation B, start off at hands to heart center, standing tall. And as we inhale, chair pose. From right there, we can go into our single leg chair. Maybe sit down a little bit if you like. Maybe go all the way down. Start your sun salutation B off with a bang. Press up and forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale to plank. Deep inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Right leg to the top of the mat. High lunge. Hands down, step back to plank. Shift the weight forward, chaturanga. Upward dog. And downward dog. Left leg to the top of the mat. High lunge. Hands to the mat, step back to plank, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Step both feet to the top of the mat, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Now we started off with the left leg on the ground. As we come to our chair pose, right leg on the ground, single leg chair. Lower it down to a pistol squat, if it's there for you. Pressing back up, and hands to heart center, standing tall. So a nice fun thing you could add to your sun salutation B with the pistol squats. So the next balancing pose we'll be working on is half moon. So again, we'll need our blocks, meeting at the top of the mat. We'll start off by bringing both blocks right together in the middle. So just starting with our left leg forward, or left foot forward, having that foot pointing to the top of the mat. Reaching down with that left hand, placing your hand onto your blocks, extending, lifting and extending that right leg out, keeping that right leg engaged, squeezing the right glute so that we open the hips up, so that we create a nice balancing pose on that left leg. Again, using the blocks is very important so that you don't put too much pressure or a wrong angle on your ankle. Squeezing the glutes, engaging the core, continue to breathe. So that we have our half moon. I won't be adding any drills to this one because holding this by itself is just hard enough. So if you want to challenge yourself, maybe taking the blocks down a little bit further, just touching it with the fingertip. You can see I'm starting to wiggle a little bit now. Making sure you don't lose the engagement in that right leg. Just stand that block back up. If you want to take it a step further, take the block out completely. That's a lot of core strength to hold this up, to levitate this above the ground. And then if you want to go a step further, the hardest part, believe it or not, is looking up. And I lost it right there. So, good pose to use for balancing. Don't need any drills to add to that. Just practice that. Practice holding that for as long as you can. Maybe start with holding it for 3 seconds without stumbling. Hold it for 5, then work your way up. But that's hard enough as it is. Let's do the other side just so I don't forget. Let's see if my right leg will fare better than my left. So squeezing that left glute, engaging that left leg. Start with the hand down onto the blocks. And then maybe working your way down a little bit more until we're hovering above the ground. Now my right leg is my weaker leg, so I'm definitely not going to look up with this one. But challenge yourself. See how long you can hold it. That's a drill in and of itself, so see how you do. So our third drill will be dancer pose. So another single leg balancing pose. Again, we don't need to add drills to this one because it's hard enough just to hold it. No blocks needed for this one. Instead, our modification will be just right here. Reaching back, again, we're on our left leg to start. Reaching back with the right hand, grabbing a hold of that right foot and that right ankle, just holding that balance right there. Now, if you want to take it a step further, we can grab a hold of that foot and extend our body forward and our right leg to the sky more. Now with this one, hold on tightly with that right hand, but also press that right foot into the right hand so that you extend further. And then see how far you can go. Remember to listen to the body. Try to hold it as long as you can. And then slowly come back up. And then place that right foot down. Going on to the other side. Right foot on the ground, reaching back for the left foot. Start off with just that knee bend. That gentle hold. And then you want to take it a step further. Start to lean forward. Extend through that left foot. Press that left foot into the left hand. And continue to breathe. Find you a nice spot to focus on. Really keep your mind on grounding that right foot into the ground. Pressing all 4 corners of the foot into the ground. All 5 toes. And slowly come up. And release. So, pistol squats, half moon, and let's try that again. And slowly come down, place that foot down. So pistol squats, half moon, dancer pose. Those are our single leg balancing poses, and the pistol squat drills are what we're going to be working on. Practice those, challenge yourself, see what you can do, what you can't do. Listen to the body, always listen to the body. Thank you for joining me. We'll be adding those into our custom flow at the end of this challenge. So be ready for it. See you.